Once upon a time was a character added in Raid Shadow Legends that made people absolutely rage quit from Arena, guys. Yes, I am talking about Armanz the Magnificent. In today's video, guys, we're gonna talk about how you can counter Armanz the Magnificent in Raid Shadow Legends. He is without a doubt one of the most powerful champions in PvP for Raid Shadow Legends. Not just PvP, even in PvE, this A2 skill is absolutely insane. He can steal the thermometer, guys, place a stun on the enemies, and then just go again, over and over and over again. You guys know his kit. I'm not gonna go over the kit, guys, but we're gonna talk about how you can actually counter this champion. Now, let me just quickly walk you through the very first few steps. So, let's just assume you are going versus an Armanz defense, right? The main thing that you need to keep in mind is the AI. The opponent will most probably either set Armanz to open with A2, which is very likely because that's what most people do, and he will attempt to steal the thermometer and place a stun on your champions. Now, there are a few different ways on how you can counter that thing. Or, the opponent will set Armanz to open directly with the A3, polymorph one of your characters, and then remove the buffs from the rest. Now, always when he's trying to polymorph somebody, he will always go for the lead champion that you have available. So let me just quickly walk you through it. And let me just change two of my my champions in here because they are not built to counter Armanz. But I'm going to bring in a couple of different ones that are built to counter Armanz. And we're going to go in like this just to kind of like show you the secret juice. And probably you're going to notice it straight away. Yes, I am talking about Stone Skin. There you go. Armanz did absolutely nothing. While you are under a Stone Skin buff, he cannot steal your thermometer. He cannot stun you, which will make him pretty irrelevant, right? He's gonna waste that A2 skill. He's not gonna get any thermometer. He's not going to control your team. And guess what? You're gonna be able to wipe him off. Now, if you have your characters in immunity, guys, yes, he's not going to be able to place the stun on your characters, but he will be able to steal the thermometer. If you have resistance, he won't be able to steal your thermometer either, but that is kind of like a bit of a gamble. You have a 3% chance. So the number one counter to Armanz, guys, is having characters in Stone Skin. If, for example, he would open with A3 instead, he would polymorph my lead, which in this case is actually Gizmek, one of the damage dealers. It doesn't matter that I have Stone Skin on, he will still get polymorphed, right? So building your characters wisely and knowing exactly what you need to use in order to counter this bad boy is going to be really, really important. So let's quickly wipe this team off, move over to another one till we find what we are looking for. Okay, we got a weak hit in there, not a problem. Let's buff a bit the entire team, you know, put that pain link up and get somebody down. Let them play on auto because that's not what we are looking for. We do have Narcissus to get the job done here if needed. One down, two downs. We got polymorph right there. You see, he went for the lead. Even though my lead was a sheep already, he still went for the lead. So taking advantage of the bad AI is the number one rule that you need in order to counter Armanz the Magnificent in Raid Shadow Legends. Now, when you are going into a live arena match, will be a bit different because the opponent has the power. He can control what the character does. But as long as you are doing classic arena, guys, this is a very, very good counter. Let's actually look for another Armanz. So we have one right here. Curious to see if he's actually going to open with the A3 or the A2. How you noticed, everybody opens with the A2, guys. Like, honestly, it's very, very unlikely for people to put him on onto the A3, you know? It might happen sometimes, but it's not going to be something very popular, you know. There we go. Take the rest down, and now we can just wipe them with Gizmek here, and then deal with the UDK, you know. But that's how it works. Stone Skin is extremely efficient against him because he's not able to steal that thermometer from you, and that is an absolute game changer. You see, he just used the A3 onto my lead champion. So when you are playing your team, let's just say you found an opponent that opens with the A3. You lost the first fight because you were not prepared for it. When that happens, guys, you can sacrifice a champion into the lead that is not playing such an important role into your team. and then he will get polymorphed instead, while the rest of your team, the core team, the one that's meant to win the fight, will just get the job done. Now, there are a couple of different ways on how you can deal with Armanz again. Most of the people will build Armanz on a Stone Skin, right? So Armanz being on Stone Skin, when he is using the initial skill, regardless of what he does, he will not be able to get CC'd, so no freeze on him or anything like that. But if they are not building him in Stone Skin, which will most probably be the case for 95% of the players that are playing in the lower tiers, then you can have tons and tons of different options on how you can mess him up, starting from gear sets, starting from different champions. So a very effective way on how you can deal with him is Hegemon. So if by any chance you're fortunate enough to have a Hegemon, you just put him in either on a stun set, which is a bit of a gamble, either you put him in for damage to try and take him down. But the main thing is, you never know if he has a Stone Skin or he doesn't, right? So let's actually go in a fight like this. No Stone Skin. So this is our win right here. Even if we don't kill him, we have a very high chance to lock his skills. Then he's not really able to do much, right? So that's a very effective way on how you can play it out. But you know what? I don't want to win this fight. I want to try something else. So the next option, guys, because we were talking about gear sets or different champions. So we're taking Hegemon out. Then we are bringing in Tormin. Tormin is a very good counter against Armanz that does not have Stone Skin or immunity. So if you're going against a team that has Siphi, you saw that. If you're going against a team that has Siphi, Siphi will put block debuffs, will be pretty relevant to use Tormin. But if you're going against a team that might have Ancora, might have King Narcissus, might have Marichka and Taras and Armanz, might have Arbiter, might have Shuzan, might have Lady Kimi or Lissandra, or God knows what other characters people are running these days, Tormin is a very, very effective counter against Armanz, guys. So definitely keep that in mind, because right there he froze. Now, this time around he froze just for the simple fact that Arbiter boosted his Thermiter. I'm actually going to win this fight to make sure I'm not dropping out of Platinum by any chance, even though I shouldn't because I'm pretty high up. And this is another good example of how you can deal with him. Talking about gear sets, so let me just quickly show you one gear set that's going to be very effective, at least on one of your characters. So if we're going to go all the way down to Frostbite, this is a set that everybody can pick up from the Doom Tower. There's a 15% chance to block freeze debuffs, and you have a chance to freeze the attacker. So the attacker hits you, and he's gonna freeze. Now guess what? If he freezes on the instant when he hits you, he's not going to steal any Thermiter from anyone. This set will absolutely stop him from doing it. So I'm not suggesting you to build all of your characters in 3 Frostbite sets, but where you have the room to wiggle and equip at least one Frostbite set on your support characters as an extra set next to Stone Skin or whatever else you're having, will have a very high chance to counter Armanz, guys. Guaranteed. Every champion that will get frozen when he's trying to use a skill or to apply a debuff, to do something else, will basically instantly get that effect nullified and will get frozen. Like Arbiter, for example, if she attempts to boost the Thermiter and she gets frozen before, that Thermiter will not get to the rest of the team. Okay, so it will be the exact same thing with Armanz. If he gets frozen because he hit one of your characters, he will not get to steal that Thermiter because he got frozen before. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's very, very important to know it as well. Now, it really depends the order of your character. So positioning is very important in raid as well. You have the number 1 champion, right? Always have that set on the number 1 champion right here, because if by any chance you have the Frostbite, for example, or you have something different that is affected by the positioning of your characters, and Armanz will go to hit, for example, Tormin as the last, and he has the Frostbite, well, guess what? He will take the Thermiter from the other 3, okay? And that is a problem because it will stop you. But if you have Tormin, for example, in the lead, Armanz will hit Tormin first. And Tormin, let's just say he has a Frostbite set on, will freeze Armanz, and Armanz will not take the Thermiter from the other 3 characters. So like this, he will not mess up your entire team. These are tons of different options on how you can actually counter him. Now, of course, is the Almighty, the mother of all of the freaking RNG in Raid Shadow Legends. And guess what that is? Yes, I am talking about freaking Polymorph, guys. So usually it is a gamble. You don't know if it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. But basically, let me just bring in a few characters that have Polymorph, you know. Now, my main thing is that they are in Stone Skin at the moment. UDK, let's bring UDK as well. I always write UDK, even though it's Ultimate Death Knight. He does have some accuracy, so he will have a chance to land that. And who else can we bring in that will be effective in here? Let's see. Let's go in with... I don't have another Pol... Oh, okay, we go Lady Mikage. She has accuracy. It's only a 2-star. All of them, they are in Stone Skin right now. So when he's going to attempt to use that A2, he's not going to steal an intermitter. So he will not get polymorphed because of this, you know. First, let me just try to take that Crixia out just in case. Or let her remove my Stone Skin. Okay. She got polymorphed. Okay, Armanz, come on. Go in with your own thing. Come on, do it. Why is he not attacking? Why is he only using the A1? I'm a bit confused, guys. I'm not gonna lie. What is this Armanz doing? Is he failing? Is this Armanz failing? This guy had the AI set only on the A1 for Armanz. I'm confused. Why? Why would you do such a thing? Okay, this is definitely a very, very bad example on how you should not use your Armanz, guys, okay? Do not use your Armanz like this because he will do nothing. He will literally do absolutely nothing. And guess what? That is a problem. That is a problem. So let's take that Marichka down quick, then wipe the enemy team and move over to find the proper Armanz because this one is a bit of a disappointment. This Armanz is a bit of a disappointment. Not even sure why. He's only using the A1. The world's first Armanz. That's not the first low IQ Armanz, actually. Because he's not doing nothing. He is not doing nothing, okay? Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here because we just got disappointed in that. Let's find another Armanz, preferably with a Crixia or a different character that can strip some of our buffs. I don't have too many characters on 6-star Polymorph, unfortunately, guys, so I will have to look for that. There we go. So we have this. Now, this is a gamble, okay? Polymorph is a gamble, but is one of the most annoying RNG mechanics in Raid Shadow Legends because it basically takes away any skill that is needed in order of creating some form of a strategy in your team and is basically relying on RNG, you know? So he has Stone Skin on his Armanz. How I mentioned, is a very common build for Arena guys. In the lower tiers, mid-game, end-game players that are not really pushing into the high-end Arena, probably they won't build their Armanz in Stone Skin. You know, a lot of them might be lacking good Stone Skin and stuff like this. So you will find a lot of Armanzes that don't have Stone Skin. And that's where it comes in play to use Torments, to use Hegemons, to use different characters that can freeze. You can run, of course, even a Gurgo the Augur. When he gets hit, he has a chance to freeze too. There are many different options, you know. I don't even know if it's any point to do anything here, but I'm still gonna do it, you know. So we're gonna drop Stone Skin from some characters. Okay, so he got Thermiter from her. He got a stun on her. No Polymorph in there. Now we got the buffs removed from quite a few different characters. So right now he will Polymorph my Marichka. Just watch that. Come on, do it, do it. There you go. And as expected, now this of course will bring in the RNG of him getting a Polymorph when he's doing it, you know. So let's see. He's gonna use the A2 again. Now is the perfect moment. Are you gonna get Polymorphed or no? Oh no, you're not, because my RNG is just not good enough for you. That King Narcissus is gonna wipe me off now, though. You see, this is not always the best idea. Polymorph is RNG, how I mentioned, and I wouldn't classify it as an effective way on how to counter Armanz, but it's a way of how you can be annoying in live arena with this, you know. So it's mainly something that people will abuse in live arena. They will have their grandmothers, their grandfathers, their brothers, boyfriends, and girlfriends on Polymorph. Okay, everybody will be on Polymorph. So that's how they abuse it in live arena. Now, for classic arena, of course, you will encounter that as well, but not as much, you know. So let's see. Can we win this fight by any chance, or we are about to call it a day right here? Because I don't want to give him the win, even though it's very likely that he is going to get it, you know. So right now, can we take him down? We got him down. The main problem is, no matter what I'm doing here, I'm gonna get wiped by this, you know. So yeah, game over. GG's. You deserve this because Polymorph betrayed me. Polymorph betrayed me, guys. So we did not have a chance to get him down like this. But just as an idea, I think the number one counter is definitely going to be Stone Skin, you know. And you're gonna notice that in here because again, 95%, maybe more than 95% of the Armanzes that you will encounter in a high-end arena will open with the A2. Now, I just realized the problem why he has low IQ and he's using the A1 only. This is the same problem that Hegemon has. It's because he did not set a preset for him. So he finds all of the Stone Skin, and he's only using the A1 because the A2 is not set as opener, the A3 is not set as opener. So as long as I will have Stone Skin on, he will only use the A1. I just remember now that I've seen it again, and that is the exact same problem that Hegemon has too. So not only that you can play around with AI and punish the players that do not actually set their preset on the characters, but this will give you a massive advantage overall, you know. So let's take that Arbiter down and see if we get any. Okay, so we have no more Stone Skin on anyone. Unfortunate though, unfortunate. So he's gonna use the A2 now, yeah. Okay, but I'm gonna let him play it a bit. I'm gonna try not to kill him, preferably, you know, because there you go. Finally happened. It finally happened. Sheep versus sheep, guys. Let's go. So that's the RNG counter to Armanz, guys. You know, he is a very powerful character, but there are tons of different ways on how you can deal with him. And I'm thinking if I have any high resistance characters built on the account to try and go versus Armanz, I will try to give it a go. So we have this opponent right here. I'm not sure how much accuracy he has on his own Armanz, but I'm gonna go with a resistance build, assuming that I will have a resistance character on my account, you know. And I'm thinking about Brogni, maybe. Does Brogni have any resistance? Let's see. He seems to have some. So we have 8. Okay, we have plenty of resistance for this. This is a lot of resistance on him for the lower end arena. For high platinum arena, this is just not going to be enough, guys. I'm gonna put Sifi in as well, just to kind of like give you a different idea. Now, let's just assume you won't have, of course, Stone Skin for all of your characters. You don't need to build resistance on all of them. I'm gonna show you a different method in just a second. My God, so many different methods on how you can actually counter Armanz. But let's go in and bring in some different damage dealer in here. So let's bring King Narcissus, Ancora, and let's play it out. So we're gonna go with a resistance lead. Now Brogni, he is a cleanser, guys. Keep that in mind. He can put block debuffs on my team. You can always have this next option too. So he will still get the Thermitter. He will still mess up your lead champion after. But as long as you are putting a block debuffs, which we're gonna do in the next one, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm just gonna use the A1 on somebody. So there we go. We got resisted. He did not stall a lot of Thermitter. And the next thing that you can have is have a character that can put a cleanse and do this. Remove the stun. Now Armanz still got a Thermitter. Don't get me wrong. He will still go straight in right now with his A3 on that Sifi. So that Sifi will most probably get Polymorph because she is the lead. Now, if you don't want to sacrifice your lead, you will put the character with the highest resistance as the lead. So then, when he's attempting to use that A3 into your lead, he will not actually be able to polymorph that character. Example, let's actually go back into the fight. So this time around, we have Brogni. His aura is not going to help us in here. And I wanna show you how he's most probably not going to polymorph our our Brogni. I'm gonna let him take that Termiter from Siphi. Doesn't matter. It's not a lot. I'm not gonna kill him. I'm actually gonna go and attack somebody else. So there we go. Let's go in like this. He's gonna go for Brogni right now. He's gonna try to put the 8-3. Now I can always put block debuffs with Brogni. Bang. He does remove the buffs from the rest of the team. But right now, we did not sacrifice our lead because we have a resistance lead. A character that has resistance. Let me just rectify that. And Armanz does not have enough accuracy to polymorph our character. Now, right now, he could go in again with the 8-2 and stun the rest of my characters. The only difference is that he did not stall a lot of Termiter. And like that, he's just not able to basically use the 8-2 again. And all we need to do right now is just go in and wipe the enemy team, you know? Let him do his shenanigans. It's not such a broken champion that has no counters, basically, you know? Like Tormin was extremely broken when they actually brought him into the game. When was the fusion, you know? He completely changed the game. Armanz, he is very impactful, but he's not at the point where he's so broken that no other champion can counter him, you know? He has plenty of different counters. Now, let me just quickly show you, for example, another way on how you can have a different lead without having to have resistance, without having to completely sacrifice that character and have that character polymorph for a long time. So, if you want, for example, you can always use a lead that is fast, but not faster than Armanz, or he's fast enough. And Armanz will try to basically use that 8-3 to polymorph your lead. This time around, I'm going to put Ancora. She is at a decent speed. She's not going to be insanely fast, right? So we're going to go in like this. We're not going to allow him to take any Termiter from us. We have Stone Skin on everybody. Okay, there you go. So right now, he did not stall any Termiter. But if he would be to steal any Termiter, or if he would be to basically use the 8-3 on my lead character, my lead has a fairly decent amount of speed, right? So that will actually break Polymorph very quick. So actually, I'm going to do a different thing because he did not stall any Termiter from me. And that's because I have Stone Skin. Let me just show you if he actually steals some of that Termiter from me. So we're going to go back against this opponent. And instead, I will bring a character that is fast enough to give him enough Termiter to take a turn before my Ancora and my King Narcissus. So I'm just trying to think who does not have Polymorph and is at a decent Polymorph Stone Skin and is at a decent speed to be able to give him enough Termiter, you know. And I think he's gonna get the job done. Hopefully, I don't want him in the lead though. I want Ancora to be the lead. So that gave him enough Termiter to probably... Okay, he actually got a cooldown decrease. He did not stall enough Termiter because of Yumeko. But he was going to polymorph my Ancora. And as soon as that happened, Ancora was going to take a turn and was going to break the polymorph, right? It's still not the best thing to do, but this at least ensures that your character will quickly jump out of polymorph, you know? And I don't recommend you to have a character in the team that will give him the Termiter, you know? Preferably, run something that will not actually give him that Termiter. It's very, very important to ensure that you are not allowing him to get that, you know? So let's quickly wipe this team off. But these are a few different methods on how you can counter Armanz, guys. You can always have a character like Elva on a Stone Skin. The other characters might not have the Stone Skin, but as long as you have her on a Stone Skin and she's able to come in with the 8-2 and cleanse. So let's go right here. I don't think I have gear on my Elva, so I'm not really able to show you what I want. Okay, I do have gear, but she's not on Stone Skin. So as long as she's in Stone Skin, Armanz will stun the rest of your characters. He will still take the Termiter. So you want to make sure Elva either has high resistance, either she is not in the lead, so she can go in, cleanse, give increased speed, remove the stun from the rest of your team, and give them a chance to fight back, you know? Hopefully, guys, you found this video helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. There are tons of different ways on how you can actually counter Armanz. You can always use Armanz versus Armanz. Just be faster. Speed is, of course, still the leading factor that will help you to win some of these fights. Speed meta is definitely coming back in the menu for Platinum Arena 2, not only for Live Arena. So being faster is helpful, but that is the hardest thing to do for the majority of the players, including myself. So you gotta come out with out of the box strategies on how you can tackle problems like this. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.